I love your car, man. That thing's great. So cool. We are back with another video, and today I'm going to give you an update on my old Hellcat, an update on my new Hellcat, as well as the process and strategies in ordering a brand new car. But first, let's roll that intro.
Gonna take you for a ride in my brand new car. My brand new car. My brand new car. Gonna take you for a ride in my brand new car. My brand new car. My brand new car. Gonna show you how the shifter feels, 'cause tonight is the night that we make it real. Gonna take you for a ride in my brand new car.
So before we get started, take a look at the blue Scat Pack. Doesn't this thing look gorgeous? It has really grown on me since I bought it. I know I loved it when I first saw it, but it's only gotten better since I got it and done all the tinting of the parking lights. I have the Lux Auto Concepts tint for the rear taillights, but I decided not to go all the way across and to leave the Dodge emblem there for now. So I reordered just the side tint from Lux Auto Concepts. We'll be doing that soon. I also did order the LED lights for here and in the front, but everything I've watched so far, that's going to be an all-day project probably to get those done. But now let's talk about my old Hellcat. So it is for sale at AutoNation in Buena Park, California for $94,999. Let's just call it $95,000. So if you want to buy it, I'll put the link in the description below, along with Anthony Aguirre's contact information. Give him a call, buy the car. If you do buy the car and you live in Southern California, local to me, at least somewhat close to me, I will give you all the stuff I took out of it. Let me show you. I will give you the two 15-inch Rockford Fosgate P3s in the box, specially made for the Dodge Challenger, and the JL Audio 1000-watt amp and the Link-Q WaveTech line-out converter, as well as this beautiful pre-cut board for the amp that fits perfectly in the area underneath the flip-up in the trunk. And it's already all pre-wired for that car, and I'll even help you install it. It'll take literally 25 minutes to get this thing wired in and bumping right away. So if you do buy that car, message me on Instagram or email me at ocmotivator@gmail.com and I will hook up with you. Send me a picture of you with the car so I know it's for real, and we'll get together and put this in that thing. All right, now let's jump into the Scat Pack, get some air conditioning, and talk about my new Hellcat order and the timeline I found out, and how you can order a car and some strategies that I've learned going through this process. But first, we got to start this baby up. Whew. Love that sound. All right, let's start off with an update on my new Hellcat. So I called a bunch of dealerships, talked to the folks at Napleton's who sold me my Scat Pack, and pretty much what I found out is something I expected, which was you cannot order 2021s anymore. Those are closed out, which makes total sense, and I really did expect that. So, and I want a 2022 anyways, considering the time of the year. It just makes all the sense in the world. Thing is you can't order those either until October 5th. October 5th, I will be able to put my order in according to Napleton's, and I will get that order in the first day I can. And production won't start till December 6th, meaning it could be well into January, even February. Some of you are going to tell me it's going to take longer. I don't think it's going to take longer. Neither does the dealership to get my Hellcat. And in the meantime, I definitely have a void in my life. So I was thinking about just going out and buying a used older Hellcat and having fun with it for a few months and then selling it. But the market is so stupid right now that those prices are outrageous, as you all know. But if you think of something that you'd like to see me go buy for the next few months and have fun with on the channel, leave it in the comment section below. I'm open. It's just the market's kind of crazy. I'm still looking for my old 80s Toyota pickup truck to fix up. I found a couple. I've made a bunch of bids on eBay. So far, nothing yet. People are just holding on tight, but I'm finding that a lot of those aren't selling for the dream prices that people are trying to get, so maybe I'll pick one up and we'll be able to introduce one of those in the meantime. And it's all good because I still have my Scat Pack, that I have so much stuff, and I'm so behind on videos that I want to get out to you all, so lots of great content to come. So stay tuned for that. All right, so now let's talk about ordering a new car. It's really simple. Go to Dodge.com, click Build and Price, select your car, select all your options, print it up, and then you're going to go shopping for a dealership. Now that you know which car you want, you got to find the dealership that's going to work with you in the way that you want them to. Convenient to you, meaning deposit amount. So I would call 3 or 4 dealerships and ask them straight up, how much deposit do you require to order a car from you? And what is your process? Because some dealers are different than others. I'm just sharing with you what I've been through with the dealerships. And if they tell you, well, we require a $5,000 deposit, tell them, no thank you, I'm not willing to put down more than $1,000. See, there's no risk for them in ordering a car right now, especially in this marketplace, because if you don't buy that car and the car shows up 2 or 3 months from now and the market's still very hot, which is likely to still be very hot, they can put that car on their dealership floor with a markup, a bunch of add-ons, and probably sell it in an hour. So they're not going to need you to fulfill the purchase of that car. But if you at least order that car, you will have the right to buy that car when it arrives. So that's why the deposit is always refundable. But make sure you ask them, is the deposit refundable? The last thing you want to do is assume that it is, and then find out that some dealer has a different policy and they made it non-refundable. I actually was told by a couple dealers that the deposit was non-refundable. Then I found out from other dealers that they're not supposed to do that. So ask the question and make sure that you're not getting roped into putting $5,000 deposit down or something crazy. Also, they're really quick to tell you to just put it on your credit card. It's no big deal. I'm going to advise you not to put it on your credit card, because putting it on a credit card could bang your FICO score. Depending on how much revolving credit you have, if you go throw $1,000 on a credit card and you don't plan to pay that off till you end up buying the car, you may have a FICO score issue, and you want the best possible credit situation when you buy a new car. So in the end, you want to make sure you put as little down for the deposit as you can, because you never know when you're going to need the money you have in your bank. If the market changes, there's an economic downturn, circumstances in your life change, you don't want to have a bunch of money tied up waiting for a car. You will get your money back, but it could take a couple days for you to do that. So tie up as little as you possibly can and keep your cash ready, working for you in the marketplace, making you money, not tied up at 0% interest at a car dealership. It just makes absolutely no sense. And if you find over the next couple of months while you're waiting for your ordered car, the perfect car sitting in standing inventory on a lot, then just buy that car and then go get your money back from that dealership and keep on moving. Now that you know what dealership you're going to go to, go there in person, sit down with a salesperson, and have them order the car in front of you. They'll go onto their internal system and they'll put in everything that you have on your sheet and set that car up for order and click submit, and then that car is going to be ordered. They'll take your deposit. You'll get a sheet of paper I'll put on the screen right now that'll show you the car you just ordered, show you the price that it's going to be when it arrives. And something important to note is at the bottom of this sheet, you will see where it says prices are subject to change and all kinds of crazy things could happen. So what I would say always to ask is, do you charge markups on ordered cars, and do you put dealer add-ons on order cars? And if they say no, they don't, ask if they would write that on that sheet of paper and sign below it or initial it. That way you know that if, heaven forbid, that salesperson gets abducted by aliens and isn't around when you come back, that someone isn't trying to stick something on you. I just think it's safe. If they're not willing to do it, trust your gut. If they tell you that's not what we do when you order a car, this is the process, they're probably going to do you right. I know when I worked with Napletons, I trust them. They're not going to do me wrong. But, you know, it's been done out there where dealers have maybe not been completely honest. So ask them if they'll put it in writing just to lock it in. Also, make sure they put something in writing stating that your deposit is refundable as well. Before you leave, ask them if they're going to give you updates. This is important. Some of the dealers will keep you updated and let you know when a VIN number is issued and when the car's on its way. Ask them if they do, or what a good timeline for you to follow up with them is, because I like to know kind of the process, and if I'm 2 months in and have heard nothing, I start to get a little bit of anxiety. So ask them what their update process is. They should let you know when a VIN number is issued. They should let you know when the car's coming out of the assembly line and when it's going to, you know, kind of an estimated time period to keep you tied in. That way you don't get too anxious. Next, when the car arrives and they call you and tell you that happy, joyous day, come on down, your car is ready for you to come pick up, there's going to be an assumption on their part that you're going to come down there and just pay full sticker. You don't know what the market's going to be then. I can tell you if the market's soft, then you should sit down and negotiate with them and try to get a discount on the car and get it well below sticker. If it's hot like it is right now and insane, you may be lucky to get out of there at sticker and hold them to the word that they put on that document when you ordered the car. But also remember that whatever dealer incentives existed when you ordered the car may not apply when the car finally arrives. So make sure you go to Dodge.com and see if there's any dealer incentives, or not dealer incentives, manufacturer rebates that exist at that point. Because if there wasn't any when you ordered the car originally, but there is now, those will apply to you at that point. Now, if there was some manufacturer incentives or rebates when you ordered the car, but they're not when the car arrived, you're not going to get those. That's at least been my experience. Also, for example, let's think if, 3 or 4 months from now when your car shows up and the market's, let's say, hypothetically flooded with a bunch of cars and they bring back power bucks, if those are in play when your car arrives, those will apply to you. You're not stuck at the price you committed to back then, because remember, you did not create a contract. You simply created an order for a car that, frankly, neither of you really have to fulfill, but it's the right thing to do for them to fulfill it, and it's the right thing to do for you to fulfill it. But they understand that if you don't, that they can sell that car to somebody else and still make money. So at this point, negotiate based on the current market conditions. And this is where you're going to get your financing set up. You're going to decide whether you want to purchase, whether you want to lease. All that's going to happen then. So I would tell you, don't start applying for loans with your bank when you order the car, because it could be 3 or 4 months when you're going to finally get the car and have to execute on that. So wait until the car comes. I also highly recommend everybody sign up with myfico.com or any of those credit reporting tracking agencies to check your credit months before that car shows up, and do everything you can to drive your FICO score through the ceiling so you're in the best possible position to negotiate when that car arrives. Next, when that car arrives, you show up. If you see that car, you love that car, you negotiate a great deal, you're going to sign all the papers and you're going to boogie down with your brand new, beautiful Dodge Charger or whatever it is that you ordered. But if you get there, and like me, when I showed up at the dealership and I saw that Go Mango Charger and I wasn't in love with it. I mean, it was a great looking car, but it didn't look as good as it looked when it was online, and I just couldn't pull the trigger, and I wasn't real happy with kind of the price and terms they were offering for the car when I saw it. So I backed out. I backed out at the last minute, and they were totally cold. They weren't even mad. As a matter of fact, part of me felt like they were excited that I backed out, because they knew they were going to be able to put it up with a markup and sell it to somebody else. So don't feel bad if you have to change your mind when you see the car and it's not everything you thought it was going to be when you ordered it. I'd rather, you're better off backing out than buying a car you don't like or you wouldn't be happy with. That's what happened with me, and I ended up driving to St. Louis to go buy this thing because I knew what I wanted at that point, and I changed my mind and I walked. So don't hesitate to do the same. But if you get the car, awesome. Drive it home and enjoy it. And that's it, folks. That simple. Not hard to order a car. I like doing it because I get to pick the car that I want. I don't like waiting. Extremely impatient. So when I order the car, I continue to look to see if something pops up on the market. Again, the reason why I want to put a small deposit down, I want to keep my powder dry in case I see something on the market that I want to buy, and continue the shopping process. But at least I have something that I know is coming at some point. So I don't know the time frame with all these dealers right now. I don't know what's going to happen with the chip shortage. None of us know anything about what's happening in the future. But I do believe that it's going to shift, and when it shifts, cars are going to show up. And I'm going to have mine in order, ready to come, and when it does, I'm going to go get it. And there's a good chance that I might be flying to St. Louis again to go to Napleton's to get that Hellcat and drive it back. And I will do it again because they did me right, they treated me fairly, and the price was reasonable. But you know what I'm trying to accomplish if you watch my other videos, because I'm not going to pay full sticker, and I am going to negotiate. Now with them, I'm going to have to do it over the phone. And yes, they watch my videos. And by the way, guys, I love you, but let's make a good deal. I absolutely don't want to pay top dollar for these cars. I want to get a good deal, and I believe the market's going to potentially soften and allow that probably by then, so it's all going to work out. So with that said, everybody, please like, please subscribe, comment, be respectful, stay motivated, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.